Hey everyone, Ryan from Ebike Escape, and in this video we're going to be unboxing the brand new Vvolt Sirius electric bike, so let's get into it. So we're back here with Matt at All About Bikes, and there's a few reasons that I wanted to bring the Vvolt to him to unbox. So firstly, Vvolt has done some innovations in the packaging space. I know that sounds silly, but it's actually a really big deal, in my opinion, in the direct-to-consumer electric bike space. I got a quick look at their packaging when I was at Sea Otter, but I'm excited to see what it looks like for an actual customer. And then the other reason that I wanted to bring this to Matt is because this is a belt-driven electric bike, and I don't believe you have a whole lot of experience with belt drive bikes.
Not a whole lot, so I'm interested to see how it's going to build up. It might be a little bit easier for your average consumer. You know, if you're doing the direct to consumer e-bike like this, it might be a little bit easier. So we'll just see how it goes on the build today, and we'll find out.
Yeah, and then the other thing beyond the belt drive is it is an internally geared hub, so no derailleur to adjust, so that'll certainly save you some time. And if you are looking at one of the Vvolt electric bikes, this might be a factor to consider because maybe it'll be super easy to set up for yourself. And before we get to the unboxing, if you are looking to purchase a Vvolt electric bike, I would really appreciate it if you use the link in the description before you make your purchase, as it allows us to make videos like this one. Thanks for your support. I'll also have some other links down in the description: our electric bike accessories list, top e-bike brands page, and finally our electric bike discounts code page, where you track all the deals happening at any given time on the brands we follow. All right, let's unbox it. I think we got to start over here on this end, so I'll maybe slide it down here so we can get in frame. And so they're very adamant on the box. It says, "Do not open from the top, please." And the other side says not to open it on that side. Nice little handle here.
Cool.
All right.
Boxing innovation. Let's see here. Party box, it says. I like it. Every box should have that, right? Party box?
Yeah, there we go. The Vvolt Party Box. I'm assuming pedals and some of the accessories.
Nothing else in there, really, is it?
Okay. And let's see what we got going on here.
Looks like they got a nice strap. That's what we were pulling on to get it out. This stuff is great for all kinds of different stuff too. You can use after the fact.
Now I have to say, this might be the least packaging that I've seen in a direct-to-consumer electric bike. You have a little bit here, a little bit on the top tube, some cardboard around the down tube and the battery, and then some protection on the front fork. And I mean, the bike looks like it arrived in perfect condition. We'll take a closer look here in a second. And then of course the handlebars are turned to save some space and fit into a narrow box like that.
Well, that's the other thing with no derailleur on here and no derailleur hanger to get bent and shipping. There isn't as much to worry about when, ordering a bike like this either. So, as you said, not a whole lot of packaging on it, not a whole lot of damage on it either. So that's good. Most bikes are going to come with a whole bunch of zip ties that you got to cut out too, and these are, as I mentioned before, really nice to use for a lot of different stuff.
Yeah, no zip ties, just these Velcro straps. That's nice. I'll actually maybe open up the party box here. All right, so we have the Gates Carbon Drive manual here. So this is a Gates Carbon belt. And we've got the box here. It says, "Let's Ride Quick Start Guide." We'll take a quick look at that. Looks like some assembly instructions. And let's see what's beneath this. All right, looks like we have a rear light, some pedals, multi-tool. It's a Vvolt branded multi-tool. And it looks like a front light as well. That's really nice that they included that. I'll be sure to talk about these lights when I do my full review and get to test this bike out. So yeah, nice little packaging that they give you for all the accessories.
Just taking the seat post out, and this one does not come pre-greased. I thought maybe with a little bit different packaging it might have it pre-greased. I mean, that's something that is not expected, but not there on this one either, but that's okay. So we do want to put a little bit of grease in the seat tube before you put the seat post in.
Okay, so all we did was we got the bike in the stand here. 56 pounds, I believe, on the bike. And so not quite as heavy as some electric bikes. And yeah, we're gonna take off the rest of the packaging here and get it set up.
So I see they got a Novatech hub. Those are pretty good. I'll go ahead and cut the tape here. Seems like a pretty nicely built front wheel at first glance. Again, just not a whole lot of packaging, but going back to it, no damage either, so I like this.
There's that battery, nicely integrated into the down tube, 375 watt hours if I'm not mistaken. You can see the branding. I think on all of their electric bikes they have the Vvolt branding, which is reflective. That's pretty cool. Some additional visibility at night. They also have some design elements over here in the rear. And there's the Enviolo internally geared hub. I just love these things, so I'm really excited to review this bike.
See, I've never got to play with one of those, so it'll be interesting to see how it rides, how it feels. And then nice mid-drive motor as far as that goes. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Yeah, so I haven't seen, this is the first time I've seen this brand of motor, but it's an NPF motor, 250 watt nominal, 500 watt peak. And it's a class 1 electric bike, so 20 miles per hour, no throttle on this bike. So yeah, NPF drive. You can see the branding just a little bit down there.
How much is this one retailing for right now then?
Yeah, so this bike is $27.99, and the company just received these and started shipping just now. And so I've actually been in touch with the company for quite some time, actually pretty early in 2021. And so I got in touch with them and expressed my interest in reviewing one of their electric bikes. And so obviously some delays, as is common right now in the bike industry. And so they finally got them. I believe from Taiwan is where these are made. And they got them, I believe, in Portland, and then they ship out from there.
Looks like we've got a nice through axle down here for the front fork, so.
Yeah, so at this price point, you definitely expect some higher end components. Hydraulic disc brakes here. We got an air suspension fork. The brakes are a brand called Radius. Got to see these again at Sea Otter, so I've already taken a little look at them, but haven't been able to ride this bike yet. And so Matt, maybe you could talk about the advantages of a through axle for those who might be new to this.
Yeah, so a through axle is it's going to keep it aligned in the fork a lot better, where like the quick release, which has kind of been the industry standard for a long time, it's a great, easy way to get the wheel in and out of the bike. But this, with the through axle, aligns it for you. So you don't have to actually center it in the frame or the fork like you would with a quick release. So that's really nice. Also a thicker 15 mil on here. So that's going to give you a little bit more stability and less flexibility in the front or the rear end as far as that goes. So I'm a big fan of the through axles, and it looks like this one here is a little bit different than your standard through axle. It just slides through on the fork, and then this just tightens down on the drive side. So we'll go ahead and do a little bit of grease on there. Looks like they already took out, maybe they didn't have a front brake spacer in there. Maybe I already took it out. I get in bike build mode, and I don't know if I actually had it in there or not. When putting the front wheel in, we just got to be aware that this disc brake rotor is going right in between those pads. So not a whole lot of room to work with there. We want to be gentle when we're putting the wheel in as to not bend the rotor. And then we're going to slide that through axle through. And probably best to have two tools on this one. Yep, 2 6 mils on either side. Those don't need to be too crazy tight. Don't see any torque spec on there, but 6 mil bolts can handle a little bit. All right, then we're going to go ahead and looks like we got some brake rub out of the box, which is not uncommon.
So these are Kenda 27.5 by 2.2 inch, and you can see there's definitely some tread on here, so if you want a bike that you can take off-road, cross-country trails, this definitely might be it. Of course, you have that nice air suspension as well, 100 millimeter of travel up front. And these disc rotors are 160 millimeters.
Get out my disc brake mat. So allow me to see the gap where the brake is going to be rubbing or where the rotor's rubbing on the brake pads. I'll loosen both of these bolts here and just align it by eyesight here. Ooh. We got a pretty well bent rotor, to be quite honest. And that might be one of those lack of packaging around the rotor that could have led to that. Don't know for sure, but it's got a pretty good whomp to the rotor. So, I got to get out the rotor bending tool from Park, the DT-2. And just align this as best as possible. I can see it's actually hitting on both sides and in two different spots, so. Oh, there's something to point out too. Got some rotor bolts that aren't all the way in.
You can see here we have one of the bolts that's not quite attached there, so that's something that you might want to check.
That could be the reason for the rotor looking so wobbly too. Once this is all tightened down, it could have an effect on everything. So I'm just going to snug them down with this wrench, and then I'll come back with my torque wrench and hit it. To me, I would rather see the rotor shipped off the bike, even though it's 6 bolts for someone to put on. I think they can keep it a little bit more safe and less chance of that getting bent rather. So 6 Newton meter on rotor bolts is pretty well standard, and I'm using a T25 Torx bit. And you want to go ahead and tighten them opposite from each other. Pedals. Looks like they got a pretty small on here. Sometimes they have it stamped on here or a sticker, but like just has a R in the plastic for the right one. Hopefully, yep, that one's got the L on it, so.
Looks like plastic pedals.
Yeah, they are plastic on here. Looks like they even have a little bit of Loctite on here, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, the easiest way to remember how to put on pedals, you're going to be spinning it the direction that you'd be pedaling. So the left hand crank arm is going to be reverse thread. Nice and snug on there. Come over to the other side. Get that started. There we go. Huh. Just doesn't seem like it ought to have that much friction. Feels really bindy.
Yeah.
Check out that brake. I mean, I know that's hitting a little bit. See, to me, that doesn't seem right, whatever that sound is. Makes me wonder if the belt tension is too tight.
Yeah, it might be.
And there is a Gates tool to check that.
Yeah.
And I don't have it. Because, like, that's one of the beauties of, like, the belt drive. The few that I have taken out, they're super quiet.
Yeah.
So well, you can feel that difference though, like big time, in the shifting. That's pretty cool.
All right, I think we got the bike pretty well dialed in here. Just thought I would do a quick walk around. There's those rear hydraulic radius brakes, of course the Vvolt internally geared hub, the Gates belt drive. Of course, what's really nice about this, no mess. Pants aren't going to get full of grease and should be low maintenance. I mean, you should be able to get a lot of miles out of the belts. I forget what the rating is on these belts, but they pretty much last a long time, suffice to say. And the battery was completely dead, so I think I'm going to charge that up before I do a quick test ride. This is a matte colored frame. This is the gray version. I'm excited to see how this MFP motor performs. Didn't see any branding on the air fork up here. It does have a lockout adjustment here. It does feel pretty good. We did increase the air pressure to make it feel a little bit more firm. Let's take a look at the cockpit here. So this is the Novinci. This is your gears. So you have a little biker here. And so while you're pedaling, you can simply adjust the gears. So that's really cool. Works well with the Gates drive. And here's the simple display that they've opted for. So I'll be digging into the settings on that when I do my full review. And one thing to note is the stem here actually was fully installed. It was just twisted here. Of course, that front tire wasn't installed. And so you might want to check the torque on that, but otherwise it's already installed, which cannot be said about any electric bike that I've personally reviewed having the stem pre-installed. All right, so what do you think, Matt, after building the Vvolt Sirius bike?
Yeah, so there's a few little things that stuck out as far as the assembly that made it a little bit tricky for how simple of a bike it is. So one was going to be the rear brake has got a little bit of rub, and it's kind of hard to get dialed in. We still have a little bit of rub. You can just kind of hear in one spot when it's spinning. So that was a little bit tricky to do, and then we did have to adjust the tension on the belt a little bit with the 15 mil here and a 8 mil back here to adjust how the wheel was sitting in the dropout. So it'd be nice to see it maybe a little bit more user friendly out of the box. But it's a pretty nice bike with a good idea. So.
All right, I hope you found this unboxing of the Vvolt Sirius helpful. Again, brand new electric bike company to the market. If you are looking at purchasing one of these electric bikes, I'd really appreciate it. If you use the link in the description, it really helps us out and makes videos like this one possible. Thanks in advance for your support. With that, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.